In 2017, a young university student named Daniel moved into a small old hostel near his campus. The building looked abandoned and had a strange reputation, but Daniel was desperate. It was the only place he could afford. Daniel was assigned room 13, the one at the very end of a long, narrow, dark hallway. The hostel owner handed him the keys with a strange warning. "Don't leave your window open after midnight." Daniel chuckled, dismissing it as an old superstition. On the very first night, around 2:30 a.m., Daniel woke to the sound of soft whispering. It seemed to come from the window. He got up slowly and walked towards it. To his horror, the window, which he had locked before sleeping, was wide open. Outside, there was nothing but darkness. And in that darkness, Daniel saw a shadow standing still, staring directly at him. The shadow had no face, no features, just a tall, dark shape. As Daniel tried to close the window, the whispering grew louder, filling the room with words in a language he couldn't understand. Panicked, he slammed the window shut and hid under the blanket, trembling like a child. The next day, Daniel spoke to other students about room 13. Their faces turned pale, and one of them told him, "A long time ago, a girl who stayed in that room jumped out of the window and died. People say her spirit still tries to call others to do the same." Despite the warnings, Daniel didn't believe in ghosts until the third night. That night, the whispering returned, but this time, it was inside the room. When Daniel opened his eyes, he saw the shadow standing at the foot of his bed. It didn't move. It didn't speak. It just stood there staring at him. Terrified, Daniel left the hostel the very next morning, leaving all his belongings behind. The room was empty, and to this day, room 13 remains unoccupied. The hostel owner continues to warn every new tenant, "Don't leave your window open after midnight."